Hey guys, what is up? Welcome back to mini part 2 in our part series. This is actually fully part 11, mini part 2, going over Themify's modules and what they do. And we're going to continue on that front today by going through the rest of the ones that were still set up or left over from where we were last time and talk a little more about those and then a little bit about the add-ons. All right, so back where I left before, we were at menu and we just got to Optin Form. Optin Form is exactly what you'd expect as well. This is an opt-in form that links to an API. MailChimp, these are all the ones that they have built in that you can use. I don't think you can do any outside of it, in which case if you were to do an opt-in form and you need one outside of this, you just go download the plugin and still put it in, you know. And you'd get like a short code, then you just do a text, like a text field from Themify, and then just put out the shortcode in it. But like MailChimp, I've used MailChimp, it's pretty good. I've used GetResponse, it's pretty good. And I've used Aweber, and I think I've also used Infusionsoft, and a few others too. But those are the ones I'm most familiar with. So in this case, I probably would have gone GetResponse. And then you put in your API key. You can tell it how you want it laid out. You can give it your labels and fields. And then success action, what you want it to do, redirect to new URL, which is usually what I do, and like has a video on it or something that says, hey, thanks for signing up, we were not going to spam you, blah blah blah. Anyway, so that's pretty straightforward as to what that is. Plain text, this is literally just plain text. It has no HTML, nothing. It's pretty boring item, but if you need it, you need it. All right. Portfolio. This is a pretty cool one. It kind of generates a portfolio of what you've done, and it kind of helps you. Remember when I talked about not building stuff from scratch? Like it's kind of harder sometimes to start with the blank page and not know. Sometimes these are cool because they give you it gives you like a starting point, so you don't feel like you're starting at ground zero every time trying to figure out, okay, well, what do I actually build here? What's the layout? What looks good? And this will help you kind of get started on that. So you could do like this kind of portfolio. Hold on, it's coming. Large image left, a grid type. It's pretty cool. If you're just going for like a basic portfolio, and then how it pulls in your portfolio items is its portfolio, the category. Like these are your categories, and then you have posts. And I want you to do posts, and then give it the category of that, and it will show it here. So that's pretty cool. And then it says query by category or post slugs. You can give it certain slugs and it will grab everything under those slugs. Content layout, default, you can do stacking. I'm just showing you guys kind of like different options with this stuff. Overlay, I think that's where the text jumps in. Yeah, which is pretty cool. Look at that by default. So when you're trying to like say, look at our work or our history, like say you're a photographer and you're trying to showcase images you want to sell, like say you go out every day and you take pictures of Chicago, and that's what you're doing is like making stock images for Chicago, right? You could go right here, and you could say like, look at our pictures of Chicago, look at our pictures of the whatever, right? And like our collections and that kind of thing. Just giving ideas, by the way. And it's got all these different gutters and layouts and descending order and featured images, and it's pretty cool. So that's a pretty awesome feature, is a portfolio module. All right, back into here, we have posts. This displays posts of a certain category and type, of which we have none. We have some that they inloaded by default. Look how long these are. You'd never want that. That doesn't look too good, especially with how long. You'd actually want to limit these. See, it says like a limit of posts, but it also should have a limit of how long the text is. Generally, they have that. I'm trying to think of where it is. It should be right here, because usually it just gives you a snippet, you know. So like here's a grid type, here's a very small grid type, here's a thumb. So this is pretty cool. This is if you're trying to show your most recent posts. This is pretty neat. I'm just trying to think though. Usually there's a way to just show a post type. Oh yeah, portfolio, what category it comes from, all that kind of stuff. Oh, display excerpt. To see display none, that's going to display none of the content. See, that's even better. Excerpt is supposed to be short. I think we can set this inside of our Themify. I think I showed it before where it shows how long the excerpts are, and you can limit it. You would never want to show the content necessarily. I don't know. It really depends on what you're doing, but that's just showing posts from a particular category. That's a post role or a blog role. Services menu. This is your services your company offers and things like a menu. Like in this case, it shows a food menu. You could have anything in here from, it has the image URL, and then it has the price, and then it has image link and all kinds of stuff. And you can do many of these, right? You can do as many as you want. And so you could make a section that has like it all broken up into little sections like this, and then just put tons of your products across if you want. And then we have a sign-up form. This is pretty straightforward. It's a sign-up form for your website or a sign-up form for whatever you're trying to get somebody to sign up for. There's also more advanced plugins to do that as well. So, and I'm probably going to go over those in the future because I was going to build a site in the future to show an example of setting up like a BuddyPress or some kind of social type site where people can sign up. Like if you were making a dating site, for example, and you wanted people to be able to sign up for a dating site, I'll probably show that in the future. Slider. This is just an image slider. It's pretty straightforward. It just takes a gallery of pictures and slides them from your gallery or from your images. Social sharing. These are your social sharing buttons. You can put those anywhere you want, and they're the links that you set inside of your backend under your Themify settings, and they're going to be under your social accounts. So those will show up there. Your tab. This is a tab strip item. You can see you can add different tabs to it. So this is the tab and then the content of that tab. Now, let's say you wanted to put out a contact form or something like that in here. You'd need to use like contact 7, and then you could put out a short code in here, and guess what would display? Your contact 7 form. So those are different tabs. So if we wanted to do like this, or you could change the content obviously, but let's do like a tabbed frame and like add another tab. And let's call the tab title tab 2. Just want to show an example. Right, okay, and then as you can see, you have your different tab items, and okay, that's pretty straightforward. But it's pretty cool. It allows you to do tabbed items. Testimonials, very important, especially for the website we're building right now. This is a testimonial slider that usually has, you can do the person's picture, you can do all kinds of stuff, their position, their company website, all kinds of stuff, and make nice, make really nice testimonials for your website. You could do it as a grid. You could do it as a slider. So you can have like a grid that has like a bunch of the testimonials in it with the people's pictures behind them. You see this all the time on company websites out there where they're trying to show like, look how awesome our company is. And they do that. So text is a text box. This is where you can output short codes and stuff like that. You can come right in here and hit your short code, and then it would display whatever's in the short code right there. And that's really good for that. Or just basic HTML can go in right there. Video, that's obvious. It's a video. A widget. This actually creates a widgetized area for your site, and then allows you to select widgets. So select a widget, Themify, layout widget, a page, a list of your site's pages, a calendar, archive, and it actually creates a widget area, or you can call out widgets here, which is pretty cool. It just creates widgets, and then widgetized. Actually, I may have got those backwards. Maybe it's this one. Yeah. So this is the one where it allows you to call into a section that's in your widgets, under your appearance widgets, and you can put stuff in there, and then the widgets will output right here. That's that. Okay, and so what we have next is add-ons. And inside of Themify, when you purchase the Themify setup, they have tons of additional add-ons. And when I say tons, I mean tons of additional add-on modules for Themify, because those are the ones that are built in by default to pretty much every Themify theme that you download. But they have all these additional ones. So let's just go for like the typewriter. So see what it's doing. So there's the text that it's doing and where it's typing it in. So this is a typewriter. This is a computer. So watch this. Pretty cool, huh? That's built in. We can do whatever we want with that. I like that quite a bit, and I'm sure you do too. Let's go for fast. So you can say, we do flowers, weddings, birthdays, blah, 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 up here. And I probably will do that, in fact, right here. I just didn't do it yet because I wanted to show an example of it. So we'll probably end up doing that. But that's not a built-in feature, but you get all of these additional add-ons when you get the Themify package. And then you add them in as plugins, and they just add on top. So let's go for progress bar. Yoink. There you go. So now you have a progress bar. And if you want to add another progress bar, you can do this again right underneath it. Now you have 2 progress bars. And you can show like our progress on projects, right? Like currently we're working on this project, and here's our progress, and here's our progress on this project, or whatever, whatever you're doing. Or like if it was a flower shop, you could say, we're currently working to, or like we're trying to say like raise a certain amount of money, or we plan to do 1,000 weddings this year, and you're at like 850. Your slider or your progress bar updates each time you do it. You add 1 to it, and so now people can see like, man, look how many weddings these people have done, right? That kind of thing. And that's pretty much it. And so we're going to end up using a lot of these features. I'm going to get rid of this entire row. Now we're back to normal. And let's go ahead and do that. Let's just go ahead and do that typewriter like I was telling you we're going to do. Let's do it right here. And let's get rid of this. And let's say, see, now this is an add-on text in the end. And also, one thing is I don't know if you can do a line break. Maybe you can. Yeah, look at that. I did a BR tag, that's a line break. So now it's typing underneath it. And now let's add a couple. Let's say, remember when I said if weddings were the #1 here? Look what's happening now. Pretty great, huh? So that's why the Themify Ultra modules and settings and blocks. See, we actually started with a block, right? We grabbed a block, we used the block, we edited in our backdrop. Like I said, I'm gonna get rid of that picture. We edited in our backdrop, we split it, we split our menu, and now look at that. It's starting to look pretty good, isn't it? And the thing is, when we're done with this flower shop site, actually, how good will it be? How great of it will it be presentable? Like if I put it on a business card and I hand it to somebody and I'm a Chicago-based florist, I'd be proud of this website. And it really would look like it took skill and time to build it. It really looks like we went through our efforts to have a really great site built for our business. So anyway, that's going to wrap us up on part 11, micro or mini part 2 of our Themify modules part of this little course here. And that's about going to wrap us up on that. In part 12, we're going to get into more editing. We're actually going to start finally, because we've been kind of doing little edits here and there, but I'm probably going to do a couple of straight development videos where I'm just working on the home page, making it look better, doing the in-page anchors, get the API key for Google set up. And so if you kind of want to watch me just going through it real time in a couple of 10-minute videos and just kind of editing stuff, and they're not going to be as scripted or like to a point as these ones are. They're going to kind of be a little more free flowing, like, all right, let's just work on this and let's work on this. And I might jump around a little bit, but I just kind of want to show an example of building a site and working with Themify and coming up with ideas. And I'll probably be dropping a couple of different resources I use for pictures and videos and stuff like that. And we'll set up, like I said, a Google API key together for the maps so that your maps would work on this because it would show the location of our business. And other than that, that wraps us up on part 11. And like, subscribe, comment. It really keeps me motivated because I really like teaching this stuff, and I really like helping people get off the ground and kind of learn how to build their own sites or build for customers. So I really look forward to seeing you guys in part 12.